Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Jazakumullahu khairan for attending. We're on lesson 8 of 10. So after this lesson, we've got 2 more lessons, inshallah, and then we'll talk on Salah, inshallah. Okay, right. Let's move. So the homework was, how can you tell if a verb is weak? Okay, how can you tell if a verb is weak? And the answer is if one of the root letters is alif, waw, or a ya, then the verb is weak. The other way to tell a verb is weak is when the second and third letter of the root word are the same. Okay, so we did this last week with an example as well. Next one was learn the table, the past tense table. So qala, qalu. Over here, you have to remember that a weak verb has a bit of a problem. There's a problem putting the weak verb in the table. You have to make an adjustment somewhere. And over here, the adjustment is the qaf gets a dhamma for this verb. So qulta, qultum, qulti, qultu, qulna. So just a matter of learning the table. The same for kana. And because qala and kana are very similar, they've got an alif in the middle, the adjustment is the same as well for both verbs. And the reason why qala and kana was used in this example is because it comes in the Quran a lot. And there are not a lot of weak verbs compared to regular verbs. So the test, again, just repeating so that the more things are repeated, the easier it becomes to remember. So a weak verb is a verb that has alif, wa, or ya, and or the second and third root letters are the same. Translate the following. So again, just a matter of learning this, okay? So qala, he said, qalu, they all said. The waw and the alif signify plural. Imagine like muslimuna, yeah, the waw is there. Muslimuna is plural, isn't it? Yeah, muslimun, muslimuna. So just remember the u, it has many times it has the meaning of plural. Qulta, you said. Qulti, you said feminine. Qultu, I said. So the tu at the end makes it I did that verb. And na, qulna means we said. Applying the same thing to, okay, qultum, you all said. Similar to antum. Antum means you all. And qultum, the ending is the same. Qultum means you all said. Kana is the other verb, to be. So kana means he was. Kanu, they all were. Kuntu, I was. Kuntum, you all were. Kunna, we were. And then just translating. Kanu, they all were. Yeah, that's the verb for they all were. Qabla dhalika, before that. Muhsinin, those who do good. So the main thing here was to get this translation, this part right. Kanu, they all were. Next one. وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى. Right. And behold, وَإِذْ, and behold, قُلْتُمْ, you all said. قُلْتُمْ is you all said. It's just one of the words in the table we learned, yeah? Ya Musa, O Musa. The ya means O. Right? And the last one, qala, he said. So remember these, qala comes so many places. Qala, he said. Hadha, this is, or this is, Rabbi, Lord, and the ya is my. So my Lord. Hadha, this is, akbar, greater. Right, so we did this last week. Just a matter of recapping. If you haven't done your test, you haven't done it, just it's always still live. Just go and do the test. I don't turn the tests off, they're always live. You could come back, inshallah, months later and still do all the tests again, inshallah. Right. Right, typing time. غفر يغفر. What is غفر يغفر? What is غفر يغفر? Good. It's the verb for to forgive. And I just want to mention here again, like I mentioned last week, غفر is the past tense, he forgave, and يغفر is the present tense, he forgives. So he forgave, he forgives. Right? So after the dash, it's the present tense way of saying it. This one is the root word, past tense. This one is the present tense way of saying it. Okay? We're going to cover present tense today, inshallah. So not forgiver, not forgiver. It's just the verb to forgive. He forgave, he forgives. Yeah. But giver is another word. Okay, next one, 234 times. قال يقول. قال يقول. To say. Excellent. So he said, he says. Look at the number. 1,722. Okay. With its different permutations, with its different, but that word will be in there about 1,722 times. ذكر يذكر. ذكر يذكر. To remember. So we get dhikr from. So we get dhakir from. Right. 292. أخذ يأخذ. أخذ يأخذ. Excellent. Anybody else? 273 times. To take. To take. Yeah. To take. أخذ يأخذ. أمر يأمر. أمر يأمر. Carry on. Carry on. Good. 248 times. To command. وأمر بالمعروف. حسب يحسب. حسب يحسب. Not to listen. Excellent. Excellent. Not to take. Not to hear. Okay. Oh, sorry. To reckon. Yes. All right. To think. To reckon. Yeah. To think. Okay. If you know Urdu, then hisab. What do you do when you take hisab? You know, you're accounting, right? So you're thinking, aren't you? حي يحيى. حي يحيى. 184. حي يحيى. To live. Please could you explain the difference between the two words again? Which words was that? Hasiba. Hasiba, are you talking about? Okay, maybe the person's typing at the moment. Okay. In the meantime, okay. Mata yamutu. Excellent. Excellent. Moat. That's where we get moat from. To die. The versions of the two words, like one, the okay. Okay. If you look at this one, look, kafara is the root word. You can tell it's a root word because it has 3 letters. It's the root word. And the root word is always, he did that thing. So in this case, he disbelieved. He disbelieved. And when you stick a ya in front of it, in this form, yakfuru, then it means the same thing as this, but in present tense. So this one was, he disbelieved. This one is, he disbelieves. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Next one, nasara yansuru. Nasara yansuru. To help. So he helped, he helps. Yep. Nazala yanzilu. Nazala yanzilu. Good. To descend, 293. Last one, wajada yajidu. Wajada yajidu. To find. If somebody was just asking that, could you explain the second and third letter being the same and it becomes weak? So for example, if this was a dad and a lam and a lam, dad, lam, lam. So the second and third letters are the same, yeah? Dad, lam, lam, dalla. Right? So because the second and the third letters are the same, that's also a weak verb. Yeah? Well, there's many like that in comparison, but dalla is one of them. Hayya, hayya is no, wajada something else. In Urdu, I think. Right? Wajada is to find. So hayya, as far as I understand, it's weak. Yes, because it's got the second two letters are the same. Right? We're gonna have to today. Isha, mine is 9:15, so about 10 past 9. We're gonna have to break up, and maybe gonna have to end the class today at 10 past 9, inshallah. Right? That's why I'm just a bit rushing slightly. Anyway, okay, so that's done. Homework is done. Vocabulary is done. If you're falling behind, make sure you do the vocabulary. Make sure you go over the tables. Very important, and they're not that big compared to level 2. Right? Level 2 has the same tables but expanded to the full. All the combinations, all the women are there. Everything's there. Right? Right. Okay. So today, inshallah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we are doing present tense verbs. Present tense verbs. Right? Last week and the week before we did past tense only. Now we're going to do present tense. So let's look at this example. Right, kataba is, give me some information. What is kataba? Give me some information about it. He wrote. Okay, well, yeah, that's right. It says that there. Third person, past singular. It's a root verb, yeah? It's a root verb and it's past. He wrote. Yeah, excellent. This is the present tense way of saying it. Look what happens. You stick a ya in front of the root letters and then you change some vowels, right? Just showing you yet, just don't have to learn anything yet. He writes. And the plural, look, the una's come again. Una, yeah? Una is plural for they all write. So he writes yaktubu. They all write yaktubuna. The una is coming for plural again, right? That's an example. Don't have to learn it yet. Next one, let's look at the next one. Alima. Alima is a root word because it's 3 letters. It's the verb alima. We know ilm, ma'loom, ulama, alim. It all comes from here. So alima means to know. So in a sentence, it means he knew. So the present way of saying that is ya'lamu. Ya'lamu, he knows. And the vowels change like that. The second one gets a sukoon, the third one gets a fatha, the last one gets a dhamma. Right? And the plural is ya'lamuna. Now, how many times have we seen ya'lamuna written? Yeah. Now we know what's happening. These are root words alima, ain, lam, mim. The ya is an addition to make it present tense, and the una is an addition for plural. So if you know this pattern, you'll be able to figure out. If you see this pattern, yakfuruna, yadlimuna, yadribuna, you'll be able to find the root letters if you see this pattern. So being able to take out the root letters from a word happens when you know the patterns. You know the different patterns and you say, oh, that's present tense. So I know the ya is fixed. I know the una is fixed. What are the 3 letters in the middle? They're the root letters. That comes with experience. Yeah. Again, don't have to learn that. So we're doing kataba, yaktubu, yaktubuna. Another example, ja'ala. Ja'ala means he made. To make it present tense, yaj'alu. Yaj'alu makes it, he makes. And yaj'aluna, they all make. Okay? They're just examples at the moment. Raja'a means he returned. Yarji'u means he returns. And yarji'una means they all return. Okay? Now, close your books if you've got your books open. Just look at the slides, because the future slides, give you indications and stuff. Right? So look at what's going on. How is it becoming present tense? What's the first thing that you're noticing in present tense? What's happening? Please write. What's the commonality in this column here? It's prefixed. Excellent. Prefixed. Right? Prefix, for those people who don't know what prefix means, like I didn't know most I started teaching Arabic, right? Prefix is when something comes before the word. Something comes and attaches to the start of the word, this one. And if something comes at the end, it's called a suffix. Right? So a prefix is added, a ya is added at the start. Okay, good. More importantly, you need to know is to make it into present tense, something is attached to the start of the root word. Right? Past tense, nothing is attached to the start. Past tense, the only attachments you get are at the end, suffixes only. So that's the way you can tell if a verb is past or present. Present tense will have a prefix, will have something added at the start. Look, kataba was past tense, ja'ala past tense, raja'a past tense. You've got a prefix added, you've got something added at the front, that makes it present tense. Una is just plural ending, right? Even if una wasn't there, the ya is still there, showing you it's present tense. Ya is not the only letter that comes in front, but it's one of the letters that come in front of a verb, which makes it into present tense. Yeah? Happy so far? Happy so far? Okay, right. Now, they all follow a similar pattern. Look, yaktubu, yaj'alu, yarji'u. They all start in a ya fatha. The second letter of all of them is sukoon, has sukoon, yes? The last letter has a dhamma. But what's the difference between all these? There's a difference in this pattern, and that pattern. What is the difference? The first letter vowel is the same. The second letter has a sukoon, same. The last letter has a dhamma, same. What can you tell me about this letter? What is going on with this letter? So dhamma there, yes. The third letter is changing. The vowel on it is changing. In this one, it's a dhamma. In this one, it's a fatha. And on this one, it's a kasra. Everything else is the same, as you can see there. So the question is, how do you know what to put on the verb? How did I know this one was a dhamma? How did I know this one is a fatha? And how do I know for this verb it's a kasra? How can you tell? How can you tell? What's the formula? Anyone know a formula? You're Arab. Anybody else? It's random. Anybody else? Okay, so there is no formula. Yes, from level 2 class. Ah, yes, that's right. Yeah. It's just the way it is. I earn it. That's it. You earn it. I mean, learn it. Yeah, yeah. Right. So you just have to learn it. There's no formula. So that's why last week when we did kafara, we did yakfuru, When we did raja'a, we did yarji'u, whatever the verbs were. The reason why we did it is because you don't know what the vowel is on the third letter, just like that. You can't figure it out. Yes, you might say it, try all of them and say, you know, this one sounds right. You may be right. Right? Or you might say, oh, I've heard this one, I read this one in the Quran, so it must be that one. Right? But yeah, you don't know what it is. That's why you have to learn the past with the present. The reason why you have to learn the present, the reason why present was in those vocabulary slides, so that you could see what the vowel is on the third letter. So each verb has its own either a dhamma, a fatha, or a kasra on the third one. So for kataba is yaktubu. You just have to learn it. That's why you learn kataba yaktubu. You learn them both together. So you know what the vowel is on the third letter. Otherwise, you'd be thinking, is it yaktabu? Is it yaktibu? Is it yaktubu? Which one sounds right? Yeah. You might guess it, but you won't know for sure unless you know what it is. So each verb has its own, either a dhamma for this one. So for kataba, it's dhamma, yaktubu. It's not going to be yaktibu. It's not going to be yaktabu anywhere, right? And it carries on. Once you know the vowel, the third vowel, then all the permutations, yaktubuna, taktubuna, naktubu, it's all going to be the same. That for that verb, it's dhamma everywhere. For this verb, ja'ala, you might think it might be yaj'ulu, yaj'ilu, but it's maybe the easiest one to say, yaj'alu. So for ja'ala, it's yaj'alu. Once you know it's a fatha, then that fatha continues in all its combinations that come after that in the whole table. It keeps that. That part doesn't change, yeah? Once you know what it is. For raja'a, just imagine, yarju'u, hard to say. Yarja'u. Okay, but yarji'u sounds all right, yeah? And it's yarji'u in this case. Many times tajweed and Arabic is what is easy on the tongue. Right? Yarji'u, and then that yarji'una, tarji'una, yeah? Narji'una, it keeps that all the way through the rest of its combinations. So the question I ask is, now do you know why you have to learn the present tense verb with the past tense verb? Do they always start with ya? No. The he always starts with ya. The he will always start with ya, but you right, that doesn't start with ya. That's what we're going to learn the table for. Inshallah. Yeah. So this is just to demonstrate and show you, look, this is how present tense verbs look. And the third vowel is unique for the verb that it's with. Yeah. That will change according to whatever verb you're using. That's all I'm showing you so far. Okay. Happy so far? Cool. This is the table you need to learn. This is the combination you need to learn, right? So the first thing to remember is this. You see kataba in there, right? Root word. If something is attaching to the end only, it's past tense. Katabtu, katabna. Except the root word. The root word is the simplest form, so that stays as it is. What about feminine? Yeah, what about feminine? Yeah. So feminine is not very common, and it's trickier. It's harder. If I put that on level 1, yeah, you struggle. And really, I've been teaching level 2 for a long time, and I realized when student told me make it a bit easier for kids, for youngsters, and then I made this, cut all the hard bits out, right? For level 1, for basics, you just need to know the easy things, and these are the ones that come most. Yeah, the feminine ones is level 2, right? So let's look at this one. So the first thing to remember is root word. Something is coming before it, it's present tense. It's present tense because something came and attached as a prefix, attached at the start of the root word. So it's present tense. That's how you tell if a verb is present tense. Yeah. The other ones, if you look back at your notes, the other one would have been kataba, katabu, yeah, katabta, katabti, katabtu, katabna, katabtum. Remember, it's all starting with ka, the past tense. all starting with the root letter. So present tense has something at the start, right? Easy way to, remember is, look, the third persons begin with ya. The second persons both are exactly the same, but they begin with ta. And aktubu, I. You can see I in there, yeah? I. Looks like an I, isn't it, yeah? Capital I. Aktubu means I, right? Naktubu, the noon. Remember the noon of we? It's coming out, yeah? It's coming here. We're seeing it like similar version here. Naktubu means we write. So, yaktubu, yaktubuna, third person. He writes, they all write. Taktubu, taktubuna, you write, you all write. The only difference between these two is this one starts with a ya, that one starts with a ta. All the rest of the vowels are the same. Same difference with here. Yaktubuna, taktubuna. That's it. If it's beginning with a ta, it's talking to you. If it's beginning with a ya, it's talking about him. Yeah. Aktubu is me, I, and naktubu is we. Right. So I'm going to give you another way to remember this. Right. Which one comes first in the alphabet? In the Arabic alphabet? Alif, ta, or ya? Alif, ta, or ya? Alif, right? Alif. Only got one answer, but I know that I think everybody knows, right? So alif is you, right? Meaning it's the starting. So imagine, right? It's you. It's close to you. It's you, alif. Which one comes next? Which one comes next? The ta or the ya? The ta. So imagine ta is the next one. You're talking to the person. He's still close to you. You're talking to him. And then ya is further away outside this room, in another town, in another country. So it's a for me, ta for you, ya for outside. That's an easy way to remember it. I think it is anyway. Aktubu is I write. Taktubu, you write. Taktubuna, you all write. And then the ya is further away, so it's third person. Yaktubu, he writes. Yaktubuna, they all write. Right. That's just me showing you. I'll show you, inshallah, a diagram that inshallah explains it. If you can't join via audio, you need to click that that mute button, and then it says join via Wi-Fi. Click on join via Wi-Fi, and then you should be able to hear. Or put your volume up, one of them two. And if that doesn't work, maybe you need to reboot your system. Right? So, and then the noon, naktubu, is we write. Okay, so this is the table we have to learn. I've made this blue to show you it's mostly masculine. Okay, these are the ones that occurred most as far as I know. This one is masculine and feminine. And so is this one. Right? This is another way of representing the information I've just said. Aktubu, I write. Naktubu, we write. For second person, it begins with ta. Taktubu, you write. Taktubuna, you all write. And then on this particular instance, I put a brick wall there, right? A brick wall, which shows you that now you're talking about yaktubu, you're talking about him who's not present in the room with you. He's not present, can't hear you. So yaktubu and yaktubuna, right? I don't know if that brick wall helps, but I just put it in. Might help people, right? So these are all in the room. You and the second person are all in your room, and these are outside of the room, outside of the house. They're in another country, right? So this is just another way of showing it. So again, this is the main table. This is the table you have to learn. And this alif and the ta and the ya that I explained, inshallah, I'm going to show it in another diagram. So this is new for this course. I've never taught this slide before. This is a new slide for this course. This is just a way to graphically show you what I was meaning. So just look at this. So aktubu, adhabu, aj'alu, right? When a verb begins with a, it's I. It's right. It's the first letter of the alphabet, and it's closest now to you, okay? When you saying you write, for example, or you talk, or you walk, you use the ta, okay? And the ta comes a bit later, a few letters later in the alphabet, but it's still close. And if you're talking about third person, it's ya, yaktubu, yadhabu, yaj'alu, right? And the last one is a noon. So remember like this, it might work for people. A, da, ya, and noon is all of us, na. So noon is you and everybody else around you. And it looks like a noon. I don't know if people like that, but I hope, I hope sort of people can understand what's going on. So let's just do an example. Kataba. Let's look at kataba now. Kataba, to write. So a, ta, ya, na. Remember that. A, ta, ya, na. A is close to you. Aktubu, I write. Taktubu, you write. Now the ya is even further away. Yeah. So yaktubu, you write. Sorry, yaktubu, he writes, further away. And then the noon is an exception, okay? Noon. The noon is you and the people around you. Naktubu. So naktubu is we write. Did anybody like that diagram? Hope somebody liked it. Right? So it's a, ta, ya, na. A, ta, ya, na. Just remember that. A, ta, ya, na. We'll see, inshallah, some examples. And if you just keep a, ta, ya, na. When it begins with ta, it's second person. This is a majority of the time, right? Majority of the time. A is first person. Ta is second person. Ya is third person. And na is you and everybody around you. Na. Right? Oh, good. Right. Right. So again, a, ta, ya, na. A, ta, ya, na. We're going to do it with another verb, inshallah. Alima. Alima means to know. So, how are you going to say, I know? You're going to use the a. So try before you even see the next slide. So you're going to use a. So have a guess what it might be. I know. I'm going to start with a. Okay. A, ta, ya, na. A'lamu. Yeah. A'lamu means I know. Now, to make it into you know, all you do is stick a ta on it. Ta'lamu, you know. Now, he is over there. It's going to be ya'lamu. And you and everybody around you is going to be na'lamu. So, a'lamu, ta'lamu, ya'lamu, na'lamu. And you can get many verbs and just use the same formula. Dhahaba means to go. Adhabu means I go. Tadhabu, you go. Yadhabu, he goes. Nadhabu, we all go. Yeah? Aj'alu, I make. Taj'alu, you make. Yaj'alu, he makes. Naj'alu, we all make. Right? That's, just remember, ta, ya, na. Ta, ya, na. Right? Happy? So obviously we have to learn the table, but this is, inshallah, this is something that, you can use to help you learn the table. And for plural, you just go ta'lamuna, ya'lamuna. That's it. Ta'lamuna, ya'lamuna. Job done. How do you say she knows? She knows. That's level 2. Yeah, that's level 2. But this is the most important. This is the most, and this is how I learned it as well. Well, when I learned it, I learned the masculines first, and afterwards I learned the feminine. That's level 2, right? Right, you can look at your table now. You look at your table. So look at this table here. Yeah, that one. Or if you want to, look at that. You know, whichever one you fancy, whichever one you like, use the one that you like. Right? Right. Oops. So alima means to know. Literally in the sentence, alima means he knew. How are you gonna? So what does ta'lamu mean? Look, ta'lamu, right? A, ta, ya, na. Which one is it out of them? A, ta, good. Yeah, it's you because second person, you know. That's it, right? You know. If you look at your table, it's in that taktubu, yeah, you know. For second person, the ta is used. For third person, the ya is used. For first person, a is used or noon for us. And that's it, right? And these appear a lot. Okay, that's 11. Just that particular word is 11, okay? Okay, so ta'lamu means you know. What does ya'lamu mean? Ta'lamu is you know. Ya'lamu, not we know. He knows. Yeah, he knows. Excellent. 83, okay? So, and look at this in the Quran. Wallahu, and Allah. Ya'lamu, he knows. Wa antum, and you all. La, not. Ta'lamuna, you all know. So it means, and Allah, he knows. And you all, you do not know. Look, ya'lamu, third person. Yeah, is used. Yeah, he's talking about Allah, he knows. Ta'lamuna is you all know. La ta'lamuna, you all know not. Yeah, can you see it? That's why the ya, remember, ya is third person and ta is second person, and you'll get the hang of lots. Inshallah. Yeah. So, and Allah knows, and you all don't know. And I don't know about, you know, when you read the English translation, it's one thing, but when you read this in Arabic, it's something else. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, and you do not know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows whatever predicament in you are in, or whatever has missed you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows it was, you know, not good for you. He knows we ask for one thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that thing what we're asking for is not good for us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us something else. Because he knows. And we honestly, truly do not know. He knows in 10, 20 years' time what would have happened if we took that decision, if we took that job, or if we married that person, or if we, you know, didn't marry, you know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. He has complete knowledge of everything, what would have happened if you did that, right? So, and he chooses the best for us. Right? So it just has a powerful thing in Arabic for me. Right. Alima. Alima means to know. Okay. Ilm. We've done ilm now, yeah? Alima, ilm. Right. So what's ta'lamuna? Look. Ain, lam, mim. It's got to do with ilm. It's got to do with knowing, okay? Because the root word is ilm. Alima. So what does ta'lamuna mean? You. Okay. This signifies you, second person. Una signifies plural. So you all do whatever this verb means. And in this case, alima means to know, so you all know. Yeah. If I put ja'ala in here, taj'aluna, you just got to know what ja'ala means. Ja'ala means to make. So you all make. Takfuruna, you all disbelieve. And tazlimuna, you all do dhulm. You know, so it's like that. It's the structure. This is the structure. Once you learn what the ta does, you learn what the una does, you can stick many, 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 many root words, most of the root words in Arabic, right, in that pattern, and you're going to know what that word means. Yes, you'll need to know the root word meaning, and you'll need to know the template pattern, the ta and the una, and then you'll do it. You all that verb, right? That's why templates are so important, right? And learning root words. Okay, so next one. So that was ta'lamuna 61 times. Ya'lamuna. So ta'lamuna meant you all know. What does ya'lamuna mean? Ya'lamuna. A, ta, ya, na. He knows. Okay. So I, second person, first person a, second person ta, third person ya, and they're further away in the alphabet as well. Alif, then ta, then ya, and noon is just you and everybody else. Right, so they all know. Excellent. 91 times. Right, these numbers are building up. These numbers are building up, yeah? Okay, so look at this now. Ain, lam, mim, ilm, got changed now to Ain, mim, lam. Right, it's another root word. This is Ain, lam, mim, which means ilm, knowledge, so they all know. This one is amila. Amila means they all do. So there's a difference between ya'lamuna and ya'maluna. This is amal in here, amal. Amal means to action, to do. So what does ya'maluna mean? Ya'maluna. They all, not they all did. Why is it not they all did? Because we're in present tense now, because the ya is making it present tense. The root words are preceded with a prefix, so it makes it present tense. So they all do. Ah, that's right. They all. Yeah, did you understand that? Ruh? Understand the first letter? Okay, right, good. Right. So, right. So look at this again. Ya'lamuna, they all, ilm, they all know. This one, they, well, they, that one as well. So they all, amal, do. So they all do, okay? 57. Ta'maluna, difference. Ya'maluna, they all do. Ta'maluna, ta'maluna, second person. Ya'maluna was third person. They all do. Ta'maluna is you all do. Okay, excellent. You all do. The ta is, it even sounds like two. Ta, two. Yeah, ta, two. Right? Two is second person. Right? 83. Na'malu, na'malu. A, ta, ya, na. Na is you and everybody else. Becomes we. We what? We to do. So we all, no, yeah, okay, yes, we all do. That's right, we all do. Does the ya prefix and a plural ending always give they? Yes, that's right. A ya prefix here and the una makes it into they. If the una wasn't there, then it would be he. He does. But the una makes it plural they. That's right. Okay, so na'malu means we do. 5. Taf'alu. So fa'ala means to do. Right? Taf'alu. What does taf'alu mean? Taf starts with t and two are the same beginning. So it's you. A, ta, ya, na. Right? So ta is you. So taf'alu, you do. That's it. That's right. You do. 1. I couldn't find. Taf'aluna. Okay, so the same as taf'alu, but it's una at the end. So what does it mean now? Exactly. You all do. You all do. And the reason why the plural, the reason why the women aren't that much, can anybody remember why the women terminology isn't used so much? Why the women terminology not used so much? Because most of the time in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing both male and female. So Yes. So masculine means male only and mixed, whereas feminine only has its own word, right? Feminine only has its own word. As soon as you got a mixed group, then the masculine is used. So most of the time, most of the time, men and women are both being addressed, right? So that's why the masculine ones terminology comes most. You all do, right? 6 times. يفعلون. So تفعلون means you all do. What does يفعلون mean? They all do. Can you see I'm doing this on purpose? The ta and then the ya next to each other to show you, to get that in your head, the ta and the ya, the ta and the ya. You get that, inshallah, things will, become clearer. Right? So يفعلون, they all know. Sorry, they all do. 15. Tasjuduna. So look, sajada means he prostrated. He prostrated, root word. So what does tasjuduna? Fantastic. Tasjuduna. The ta means you, right? You. The una means all. You all do this verb, this three-dotted verb, whatever that verb is. If you know the meaning of that verb, you will know the translation of this word. If you don't know the meaning of that verb, you need to learn it and you won't be able to think it. So not you all prostrated. What shows us that it's not past tense? What shows us that this verb is not past tense? This one here, this word. The ta at the front. An extra letter that attaches in front of the root word, a prefix, yeah, then that shows you it's present tense land now. We're in present tense. If it said sajajtu or it says something else, then we would have known. If we got something at the end there, then we know it's past tense. Yes, sajadtu. That's right. So it's you all prostrate. Okay, so you all prostrate. None. I can't find that in the Quran anywhere, but the pattern's there. The pattern is showing you that. Okay, so tasjuduna means you all prostrate. What does yasjuduna mean then? Yasjuduna. Ya is further away in the alphabet, so it's further away. It's third person. So it's tasjuduna, but further away. They all prostrate. Okay, they all prostrate. That's it. 4 times, right? The reason why I didn't put any numbers in the table this time is because that template exists everywhere. You'd have to look for the particular verb, for the particular word to start putting a number on it, right? But the template comes all over the place. Yeah. So yasjuduna, 4. Yarji'una. So raja'a means to return. So what does yarji'una mean? Yarji'una. Yarji'una, they all return. Okay, is everybody happy with that? They all return. They all return. Yeah. They all returns. Yeah, they all return. They all return. Right? The they is this, yeah. The all, well, the ya in this case and the una combined is there. If it was yarji'u, it would have been he returns. But yarji'una, they all return. 12. Tashkuruna. Tashkuruna. Shakara means to thank. Shukr karo. Yeah? It's a shukr. Do shukr of Allah. Right? So can you say they are all returning? You might be able to translate it like that in English, but there's a separate way of saying this. The separate way of saying that the verb is happening. That's a separate way, right? You all thank. You all thank. That's right. You all thank. Yes. So how would you say they all thank? How would you say they all thank? This is one for you guys now. How do you say they all thank? If tashkuruna is you all thank, okay. Add a ya at the beginning. I was expecting people to write it down properly, but yeah, that's fine. Add a ya at the beginning, that's right. So, exactly, yashkuruna, yashkuruna. Look, this third vowel, once you know what it is, for shakara is yashkuru. And that vowel doesn't change. Tashkuruna, nashkuru, yeah, yashkuru, ashkuru. That vowel doesn't change. For shakara, it's a dhamma, and that dhamma stays everywhere. You're not going to get that dhamma changing. Once you notice that third vowel is a dhamma for shakara, then it's going to be tashkuruna, nashkuru, ashkuru, right? So you get shukran from as well, shukran, yeah? People say shukran, yeah, all the time, yeah? Shakara. Okay, so abada means to worship. Abdullah, yeah? The worship of Allah. Abduhu wa rasuluh, his slave and his messenger, right? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So abada means to worship. He worshipped. So what's ya'budu mean? Ya'budu. He worships. Excellent. Are you a non-Arab? He's answering lots of questions. I need the first one. Oh, non-Arab. Fantastic. Good, right? So ya'budu means he worships. How would you say, I don't know what the next slide is, but how would you say you worship? How would you say you worship? Yeah, that's right. Ta'budu. Ta'budu, you worship. Yeah, good. Excellent, right? So 8 times ya'budu. Okay, so what's ta'buduna mean? Ta'buduna. Una makes plural. Ta is, remember, ta, ya, na. You all worship. Fantastic. You all worship. Excellent. Right. I hope you're getting the picture. I hope you're getting the hang of it. I'm looking at the time because we've got about another 30 minutes left, inshallah. 23. Okay, so ta'buduna means you all worship. Ya'buduna. What does ya'buduna mean? Ya'buduna. The ya signifies third person. Una signifies plural. They all worship. Excellent. Yeah. No. Right, so they all worship. 14. Ta'budu. Ta'budu. What's ta'budu mean? Abada means to worship. Ta'budu means you worship. Good. You worship. Excellent. Excellent. Inshallah, you'll get happy looking at the next one. Na'budu. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een. Iyaka na'budu. Na'budu. Right, you see it now, yeah? You alone, na'budu, we worship. So now you know Surah Fatiha, okay? Iyaka na'budu, it's from here, abada, and then the noon, yeah, is you and everybody else around you. So it's we worship. Eight times. Right? That's all it was. That's all it was for today. Obviously, we've got some verses to go through in the next 30 minutes, inshallah. And that's it, inshallah. Next week, we'll do the same thing, but with qala and kana, with weak verbs. And then the week after that, inshallah, one more thing and job done. Can we say we all, yeah, we all worship. We can say we all worship as well. We worship, we all worship. Same thing. Yeah, right. So let's look at the application of this now. وَيَخْلُقُ وَيَخْلُقُ. So you can see khalaqa is the root word, right? you can see khalaqa is a root word. And what does khalaqa mean? To create. It means to create. Yakhluqu means, what does yakhluqu mean? He creates, right? He creates, not you create. You create is takhluqu. Remember the ya? So, and he creates. Are you happy with that, everybody? And he creates. Is everybody happy with that one? Khalaqa is to create. Yakhluqu is the present tense verb we just done today. Present tense table. Yakhluqu. It's not you, but it's him. He creates. And he creates mala. Mala, what not. Ta'lamuna, you all have ilm of, you all know. Okay? Ta'lamuna is ain lam mim ilm. Alima is ilm. So ta is you, una is all. You all know. So, and he creates what you all do not know. And he creates what not you know. Right? Literally. So, roughly. So, وَيَخْلُقُ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ, and he creates what you all do not know. Can people see that? People see how we got that? Yes? None of us said yes, so that means yes. Anybody else? Want me to go over it? No, as in you know you didn't get it, or no, as in you don't want me to go over it? Oh, you got it, right. Right, so third person. I know we've just done the table today, obviously. I don't expect you to know it like today, but look at your tables, have your table open, and look, when the ya comes, it's always he. When the ta, it's you. Right? Okay. So look at it again. Waw means and. Yakhluqu. If you look at your table, you'll see yaktubu. In your table, yaktubu is third person, right? It's third person. So it means yaktubu means he writes. So for this one, it's khalaqa, it's yakhluqu. So he creates. Yeah? Khalaqa means to create, and the ya means he. So when you put yakhluqu, it means he creates. Mala, what not? Ta'lamuna. So look at your third person masculine, sorry, second person masculine in the table. It says taktubuna, I think, doesn't it? Taktubuna. That means you all write. So this one, the kataba is replaced with ain lam mim, and the ain lam mim, alima, means knowledge, to know. So ta'lamuna means you all know. Yeah. So, and he creates what not you all know. So, and he creates what you all do not know. Hope that made sense. All right, next one. Ya'lamu. So, alima, ilm. Yeah, to know. So, what does ya'lamu mean? Ya'lamu. A'lamu is I know. Ta'lamu is you know. Ya'lamu is he knows. Yeah, he knows. Ta, ya, na. Right? Me. Ta, you. Ya, he. Na is all of us. So ya'lamu, he knows. Ma means what, whatever. Yaliju. So yaliju, you need to know the meaning of yaliju. Yaliju is enters, right? Fi, in. Al-ardi, the earth. Wama, and what. Yakhruju, look, yakhruju. Kharaja, yakhruju. Kharaja is the root word, and yakhruju is a present tense. What does yakhruju mean literally? What does yakhruju mean literally? Okay, yeah. he leaves. So it leaves. So just stick with the translation. So whatever comes out of it. So, and what? يخرج منها, comes out, minha, from it. Next one. وما, and what? ينزل, ينزل. It's the same one. يعلم, ينزل. So descends. Min, from. Samai, sama is sky. Wama, and what? Ya'ruju, araja, yeah, araja, to go up. Fiha, okay, fiha over here is translated as to it, okay. Wahua, and he. Ma'akum, ma'akum means ma'a, with, and kum, you all. Ma'akum, and he is ma'akum, with you. Aynama, aynama means wherever. Ayna means where, and ma, together it means wherever. Aynama, wherever. Kuntum, you all were. Okay, literally, you all have been. Okay. Wallahu, and Allah. Bima, I just sort of understand bima as with what. With what. Ta'maluna, alima. Ta'maluna, you all have, okay, sorry. Ta'maluna, you all do. Yeah, amala, yeah. Amala means to do. Ta'maluna, you all do. Basir, all seeing. So, and Allah, with what you all do, basir, and Allah sees whatever you do. Yes. Inna, inna means, anybody? Inna. Okay, good. Indeed Allah. Inna Allah, indeed Allah. La, okay, not. Yazlimu, what's yazlimu mean? You see the, la, ma, right? Something to do with oppression. So what's yazlimu mean? Yazlimu, present tense verb. Yazlimu, but literally yazlimu means he oppresses. That's right, he oppresses. La yazlimu, he does not oppress. So indeed Allah, he does not oppress, he does not wrong. Mithqala, mithqala means weight. Yeah, I think even in Urdu the word for scale, I think that's something like mithqal as well. I think it is. Right? So mithqala. Dharra. Dharra is small, tiny. Right? At an atom. Translate as an atom here. Is that the smallest thing known to the Arabs? Right? Dharra. It's Urdu word as well. So indeed, surely Allah does not wrong even the weight of an atom. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us all our sins. That's the other font. Okay, next one. So la means not. Ya'lamuna. So what's ya'lamuna? We've done this today, yeah? Ya'lamuna. The ya means third person. Ain lam mim is ilm. So they all know. They all know. You all know would have been ta'lamuna. They all know is ya'lamuna, right? So la ya'lamuna, they all do not know. Al-haq. Al-haq is the truth. Next one. Lahum. Remember we did lahum like a long time ago? La means for, literally, just just generally. Yeah. Lahum, for them. For them. Ajruhum. Ajr. Ajr is reward. Hum. Ajruhum. What's ajruhum mean? Ajr, but who's ajr? Hum. Like kitabuhum. Remember? What does hum do when it's so this is attached to ajr? Yes, there. So lahum, for them, ajruhum, their reward. Inda, inda means with. Rabbihim. Rabbihim. Rabbihim, anybody? Their Lord. Isha was at 8:46, okay. Isha over here, mine's at 9:15. So inshallah at about 10 past 9, inshallah I'll be leaving. And inshallah I'll be finished by then. Right. Qala, qala. Now we've got to go jump tables, past, present, attached pronouns, everything. Right? It's all over now. Right? So that's why learn, relearn. You won't know them all, the tables yet. I don't expect you to even know them all, like be able to regurgitate all the tables you've done in the past. Right? What you have to do, you go back, learn, do another recap, and then after another few days, do another recap. After another few weeks, do another recap. After a few months have gone, go over again and make sure you know them. And the bits that you don't know, you'll realize which bits you don't know and go over them and learn them again. This sort of long term, you have to keep going over it again and again until you know it. Yeah. I'm just doing something, learning something at the moment. And there's about 8 different combinations. And I'm having to go back. I remember 5 of them, and then there's always a few I don't get. I'm going back, and I must have looked at that sheet about. It's only got about 8 things on there. I must have looked at that sheet about 10 times, and it's nearly all in there now. Nearly all in. You have to go back and just look at it again, make sure what were they again. Oh yeah, I need to commit to memory, and then you have to go back. So you have to keep going back. Go back to your notes. Go back to your notes. Go back to the recordings. Just keep on listening to it as much as you want to. Right. So we're having to go back now to qala, past tense. Last week actually. Qala means he said. Inni. Inni. It's not even actually translated in here. Inni is like is indeed I, literally. Yeah, surely I, indeed I. Right. But sometimes in the English, they might see that this one over here doesn't flow in the English translation, so they don't put it in like that. Right. Inni, indeed I, a'lamu. So here we go, there's the alif here now. Yeah. A'lamu. What is a'lamu mean? A'lamu. We know what ta'lamu means, Ya'lamu means he knows. Alif. Right. Closest, the first letter of the alphabet. I know. And this sort of looks like an I as well, yeah? So he said, indeed, I know. Mala. Mala, when you see it in this sort of formation, mala means what not. What not. Ta'lamuna. What's ta'lamuna mean? The ta means second person. Alima means to know. Fantastic. You all know. He said, indeed, I know what you all do not know. Yes? Okay, next one. La a'budu. La means not. Okay, la with the alif. La. La doesn't mean not. La, like a small, just la with a fatha, one count. That doesn't mean no. That's why you have to make sure it means the opposite, actually, right? It can mean the opposite of no, right? So you have to make sure when you're reading the Quran, you make your la's at least two counts. La, at least. La yashkurun. La a'budu. At least you have to make it two counts. Ma la ta'lamun. Two counts. If you make it ma la, changes the meaning. La ya'lamun al-haqqa. Ma la ta'lamun. Right? So, la a'budu. Over here, it's got a mad. You can make it even longer. La a'budu. So, a'budu, what does a'budu mean? I worship. So, la a'budu means I do not worship. Yeah? Not I worship. So, I do not worship. Ma, what? Ta'buduna. What's ta'buduna? You all worship. Okay? So, you've got the ingredients, you've got the sort of the structure, the instructions. You have to commit to memory, keep going over the tables, commit it to long-term memory, and then it starts becoming automatic. You keep on doing it, you keep on doing it, and you don't give up. Like one of the scholars or one of the people in the past, he said, I learned my lesson from an ant. He saw an ant, thing was an ant. He saw the ant climb up the wall, and it fell down. It climbed up again higher, fell down. Then it went even higher, it fell down. If the ant said, forget it, I'm going home, he's not going to accomplish the job, right? But the ant kept on trying, went higher the next time, and then finally got to the top. And the scholar said, I learned my lesson in this ant, that keep on going, keep on trying. Yes, you'll forget. Yes, go back, you'll forget. Go back, you'll forget. I'm on that thing about 10 times yet, and I was looking at it today, right? I still keep on forgetting one or two of them. Going back, learn it again. Going back, learn it again. Eventually, you'll have done it. And that's what it's about. Don't stop. Don't give up on the tables. Keep going over until, and then open the Quran word for word and start looking at it. And you see that and you say, oh, I don't know what that word is. Then you check, oh, I should know it. Yeah, I know it. Then that will stick in your head, inshallah. And keep on doing that. And, as the sister said, inshallah, she's going to teach into a local community of sisters, right? This course. And that's an excellent way to learn as well, because you have to prepare before you go in. And then they ask you questions and you never thought about them, and then you'll go and research the answers and you become better. Right? Next one. Iyaka. Okay. Iyaka. So iyaka means you alone. Okay. The ka is you. So iyaka is you. Na'budu. Na'budu means yes, we worship. That's right. Yeah. So iyaka, only you. Right? Iya is only. Yeah. You alone. Right? Iyaka na'budu, we worship. Wa iyaka, and only you. This is not in the translation, as the sisters told me. Nasta'een means we seek help from. Right? Next one. Walakinna. Walakinna. In Urdu, it's lekin. right? You know what lekin means? It's the same word. Walakinna, lekin. Lekin means and but. So but, right? أكثر الناس أكثر. You know, kathir means a lot, yeah? Kathir. And this, you can see kathara in there. Kathura, you can see in there, kaf, tha, and ra, which means, you know, which is talking about increase. So akthar has got something to do with increase, yeah? Something to do with, yeah, a lot. Okay. And akthara means like most, most, most. Annasi, of the people. La, not. Yashkuruna. Okay. Now I don't think we did yashkuruna, did we? What does yashkuruna mean? What does yashkuruna mean? Okay, so let's look at it. Shakara means to thank. I think we did thank, yeah? Shakara. Shukran. Yeah? Shukriya, you say in Urdu, right? Shukran in Arabic, right? So shakara, you've got that. Okay, thank. It's the verb for to thank. Now you just got to look at what's coming before it. Third person. Oh, plural. So they all do the verb. They all give thanks. So walakinna, but most people, they don't give thanks. Yeah, they all thank not. Can you see? They all thank not. Right? Nasta'in, you're asking for the root word of nasta'in. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one. I have to think about that, but it's not the regular root word. Yeah, isti'ana, right? We're not going to not do that. That's level 3. Some words are not. Some verbs are not 3-lettered, right? So this is one of those. It's not a three. This is not a 3-lettered root word. That's why you're going to struggle to see what's going on there, right? Don't worry about that yet. Good question though, right? Okay, we just got 3 verses left. I think, inshallah, let's try. Wa'ada Allahu wa'ada. What's wa'ada mean? Wa'ada. Wa'ada means Urdu word as well. Wa'ada. Wa'ada, promise. So he promised. He promised. Wa'ada. This wow is an and. This wow is part of the root word. Wa'ada. So it's a weak verb. Wa'ada Allahu. Allah promised. Al-mu'minina, the believers. Right? Wal-mu'minati, believing women. So that means this is going to be not just believers, but believing men. Because the women are mentioned next to it. So when it's only women there, then you know this one's got to be only men. It's been separated out, yeah? So, and Allah promised the men believers and the women believers Jannatin. Jannatin, right? Everything for men and women, most things for men and women are the same in Islam. But because men and women are different physically and they have different roles in society, then you can't have all the rules that are going to be exactly the same. You have to have there has to be some difference. Otherwise, and that's justice, you know, and that's another topic for another time, right? Qalu, qalu, right? We're going back now to last week's table. Qalu, you can tell qalu is past tense because there's no present tense, there's no prefix on it. They all said, excellent. They all said, Ya Maryamu, O Maryam, laqad, okay? And many times laqad sometimes has a meaning of indeed, right? But over here it's not translated, so I don't want to, I don't want to translate it if it's not being translated here, okay? Because I might translate it with the wrong meaning, right? Jiti, jiti. So jiti is a word that we've not done, right? Jiti, no, have we done? No, we have. Yeah, we did, and the pattern we did, katabti. It's that one, right? Katabti. right? But ji'ti looks different because it's a weak verb, right? So anyway, ji'ti means, so ja'a, you know ja'a? It's ja'a, the word, right? So ji'ti means you came, but it's feminine, ji'ti. Shay'an fariya, something, fariya, strange. And we did this one, wallahu ya'lamu, and Allah, He knows, wa antum, and you all, la ta'lamuna, you all do not know. Right, with about 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. That's the font for that one. And just this now, inshallah. So abun, aba'un, that's plural, right? Father, ancestor. Ahlun, family. I think even in Urdu you say ahlu ayal. Right, I think we say that in Urdu as well. Ahlun is family. Ahlul bayt, yeah, family of the Prophet ﷺ, right? Ulaika is ulai and ka. Just remember ulaika means those. Right? 206. Ayatun, ayatun. That's plural. Ayatun is a verse, sign, message, plural. Ayatun. Ba'idun. Ba'id means far away, far. Ba'id. Ibnun, banuna, abna'un means son and son's children. Ibn Kathir. And that's where you get that from. Ibn, right? Ibn. Son of Kathir. Abdullah ibn Abbas. Abdullah, son of Abbas. Rahimahumullah. Radiallahu anhum. Right? Sabrun. Sabrun. Now, this isn't sabara. This is not he was patient. This is sabrun. It's a verbal noun. Right? Masdar. Right? We don't cover that in this course. Level 2. Right? So, sabrun. Sabrun is, what do you call it? Patience. Well, when we say do sabr, it's really do sabrun. Sabrun, be patient, you know, patience. Yeah, sabrun jamilun, it's the same one. Sabrun jamilun, yeah, beautiful patience. Patience, right? Ghayra, not. غير المغضوب, yeah? غير, not. Li, when it attaches to the start of a word, like lil muslimina, lillahi, yeah? So when it attaches to the start of a word, a noun, to or for. If you understand it to mean for, you'll get most of it. When for doesn't make sense, use to, and you, inshallah, you'll get it. You know, inshallah, many times. La'alla is perhaps. La'alla, la'allakum. La'alla is perhaps. Mithla is like. Like we say masal. That's example. It's like, isn't it? It's the same word, as far as I know. Mithla is like. Laysa kamithlihi shay. Laysa, not anything. Kamithlihi, like him. Shay, anything. There's nothing like him. Laysa kamithlihi shay. So, mithl, mithla, like. And malaikatu is angels. So, learn them for next week, inshallah. So see, complete the present tense verbs. Do that. That's your homework. Complete that. How do you work out the vowel, what the vowel should be on the third letter? Learn the present tense tables. Learn the vocabulary. Enjoy. That's all for today. Got to shoot off. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.